Hey there, welcome to the Eurostep, a Milwaukee Bucks podcast, proudly a part of the Blue Wire Podcast Network and GSPN. I am one of your hosts, Ty Windisch, joined as always by the relieved Rohan Katti. Rohan, happy Thursday. It is Thursday, in case you were wondering. How's it going, sir?
You know what? Thank you. I didn't need that.
Yeah, I
It's
figured,
it's just it's been a busy time.
yeah,
Uh Doing well. It's crazy. It's the blink of an eye and the preseason's over, Ty. I don't know
it's
what happened,
fast.
but it's done. When did that happen? Someone explain.
It happened on Tuesday. I think Tuesday was the last preseason game, and now we are convening Thursday for our post preseason. Our first, or we'll have another pod, I think, before the regular season starts. So we're going to start our regular season schedule next week. We'll do Mondays and then probably a Wednesday or a Thursday pod, depending on when the Bucks play and when we can record and all that stuff. But we will be ramping up the podcast output.
2 pods a week.
I can't wait. More time to carve out to talk to my good buddy Rohan about our presenting sponsor, Prize Picks, who's still the presenting sponsor of this show. Shout out to Prize Picks and all they do for us, which is many. But we've got a lot to talk about today, despite this being a kind of slow week, end of preseason pod. We've got three, I guess, technically roster moves and more coming. But let's start with the most recent one.
We finally got news before we started
I
recording.
know,
It's
usually this
awesome.
right out.
It's
In our
amazing.
free agency era was tough. It
It felt like they
was,
were conspiring against us.
they might have been. Per
But
Shams
we
Charania. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, we got the news that the Milwaukee Bucks are waiving Chris
Uh,
Livingston. The CL era is over again.
yeah,
Who knows? Maybe they'll sign him and then cut him again.
yeah, maybe
Just
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 just give him a
just to
couple
do
more
it.
mil just because. Um,
Always helping that clutch relationship.
yeah,
But the
I'm
CL era is looking like it is actually over.
uh,
At least with the Bucks,
at least
I
with
will
the
say,
Bucks.
at least.
I'm like there's like a undersea mountain, like just like a peak sticking above the surface. That's all that's left of CL Island, and I'm clinging to it. Justin Garcia went with the last rescue boat. Coward. I'm sticking here. I'm gonna be delivered from CL Island one way or another. I'm either going to the penthouse or I'm going to the bottom of the ocean. We're gonna find out which one. Tough timing for my guy CL to find a spot here. Probably could have cut him a week ago. I don't think he's played in either of the last Bucks two preseason games, even though we thought, or I thought, he was one of their most effective deep bench players in the first two preseason games and was really good in Summer League again for the second straight year, which got him this contract, which now he's been waived off of. Maybe he gets claimed. I doubt he gets claimed. I mean, yeah, it's actually possible. If someone does want him, like there's no real reason not to.
Yeah, it's a minimum contract. So
I guess
if
maybe
they
they'd probably do non-guaranteed at this point.
yeah, I think if anything, they would want to sign them to a non-guaranteed. And I'm apologies to the remaining members of CL Island, but I don't
It's
know if
me.
there's
It's just me.
apologies to you, Ty.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's a whole swath of suitors trying to fight for that CL contract.
Yeah, we'll see. He could end up on the herd still. That is a
And
possibility.
he's still super young.
Yeah. We'll see where he goes, but we pretty much knew this was coming based on how the preseason had been going. CL was out of the rotation. Amir Coffey has like honestly barely been in the rotation. Like he hasn't been like the first guy off the bench in most of these games. He's kind of after the second five in some cases, but still has played a lot more. And even Andre Jackson Jr. has gotten more. So Ajax and Coffey have played in all four games. Livingston has not played in the most recent two games. Tyler Smith has not played in the most recent two games. Gary Harris has not played in the most recent two games, although he does have an injury. I guess technically a fourth roster move. Cormac Ryan was waived. We all knew, though. He was going to be a herd player, so he will now report to the herd and get a bonus to be an Exhibit 10 player. That's Ryan, not Livingston. I think Livingston just got waived, and we'll see where he ends up. But I think the writing's been on the wall. There was some like CL optimism, me and the raft that was leaving me. Like maybe they're saving him. They're not playing him in the preseason because they know he's good. It's like, no, they were playing their real rotation for the last two games. The guys who didn't play at all, it was not good for them. Clearly, now we know for sure to not be seen in those two games.
Yeah, it is very unfortunate to see. And I mean, this is not the end of the Bucks roster decisions
No.
that they need to make. We've gone from four players fighting for two spots to now
Three.
three players fighting for two spots
Yep.
in Tyler Smith, Amir Coffey, and Andre Jackson Jr. We're saying Tyler Smith purely because the speculation in his role and that he hasn't played in the last two games and that he
Also, he's
hasn't.
been bad.
Yeah, he also hasn't shown a ton.
He's been bad in summer league, bad in preseason, shooting 14% from the field and 0% from three, albeit it's like 22-minute sample. So, not writing off his career based on that. But at a certain point, like at some point, you just have to be better. And this has been a bad summer slash, preseason, offseason for Tyler Smith.
It has. And last year, it's not like he lit the world on fire either.
No, it was good, but not great. I will say, would you be disappointed if they waived Livingston and Smith for Andre Jackson Jr. and Amir Coffey? Does this matter to you? Or would you be disappointed to give up on the youth?
I think you have to have at least one young player. At least for the promise
You have
of
Alex
another
Antetokounmpo.
team. That is true. Uh, I think for the promise of at least some other GM can trick themselves into thinking we're getting a young player in a trade.
The AJ Johnson.
Yeah, the AJ Johnson, except on a much lower level for Tyler Smith.
10 picks lower.
Yeah.
Although, like, at I mean, a more highly regarded That's the funny thing, right? Now we're like, oh, of course, Tyler Smith is worth less than AJ Johnson was. Like, on draft night, it was like, God, why didn't they just take Tyler Smith with 23 and AJ Johnson with 33? It's so funny how this stuff changes and evolves as we
Yeah.
go.
And I think it's kind of evened itself out a little bit more than we thought.
Yeah, we'll see. What's your prediction?
Here's the thing, and this is going to bleed into preseason takes,
Yep.
but let me say this first. I think Coffee's gone.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't think so.
You
I
don't?
flip-flopped.
You're flip-flopping. Okay. We both flip-flopped. I went from on the last pod saying, "Oh, Doc guaranteed him a roster spot," or the two pods ago, whatever that was,
Yeah.
to now I think he's probably going to get cut. And him and Ajax have kind of been mirroring each other's minutes totals in these over these preseason games, given not with the same groups, but in terms of minutes played, and especially with over the last two
Yeah.
preseason games. And I think Ajax has just been better.
Really?
And not in terms of like offensive efficiency or anything
Definitely
like
not that.
definitely not that. What do you go 0 for 4 in the last game?
Yeah, he
Uh,
is in the preseason shooting 33% from the field, 20% from three. Which again, really small sample, but it has not been efficient. Coffee, for his
it's
part, is 55 from the field, 42.9 from three.
yeah. He still might be the second best perimeter defender on this team.
Could be the best
Could be the best, yeah. So
for
that's
now.
like a real thing, and that's why I think he's probably going to stick around.
I mean,
Like that's a real genuine skill that the Bucks need. How I see it fitting in, I have
yeah.
no
I mean,
idea.
that's
But
the
here's the thing: we're not talking about a rotation spot, right? I mean, maybe a little bit, but not a clear-cut rotation spot. We're talking about, do you have skills in case we need them? For Ajax, the answer is yes.
the rotation part is interesting because this is odd that it's the battle for the 15th roster spot. But I think, like, let's just lens in on those two guys, Coffee and Ajax. If only one of them makes it, they're going to play ahead of TA, who is, we'll say, situational. They're going to play
Allegedly.
ahead of Tyler Smith, who we'll say is unprepared. We're being charitable. They're going to play ahead of Gary Harris, who might own the
Is
most
there.
inexplicable player option of all time. And they're probably going to play ahead of, like, kind of up there with Jericho Sims, like kind of matchup dependent. But suddenly you're talking about, it's not the 15th guy, it's more like the 12th-ish
10th?
guy.
Yeah.
And like both at the wing position where the Bucks might just need like a different wrinkle. Like for Coffee, it's just more shooting, but Ajax, of course, is the perimeter defense. So it's more consequential, I'd say, than like just straight up saying, oh, it's the 15th spot. Like, it's probably a player who's going to play a couple hundred minutes for the Bucks this season, which is not nothing.
No, it's not nothing. But here's my thing. With the guys you mentioned, what Amir Coffee, what I've seen from Amir Coffee, is he better than Gary Harris?
Yeah.
Are we sure?
Yes. The objective right decision is to cut Gary Harris. Gary Harris doesn't have it.
Oh, yeah. If we're taking that into consideration, yes, that is the correct
And
answer.
it's frustrating to me that I don't think that's even on the table. Because again, you would owe him money next year unless he inexplicably opts out of his player option, which he would never do. And I don't know, man.
But like materially, is he that much better than Gary
Yes,
Harris?
100%. Because I don't think Gary
Really?
Harris. Yeah, because he can step in and be, I don't know, 100% of TP, 90% of TP.
Are we watching the same Amir Coffee?
Yeah, he goes and shoots. A lot of them go in. That's valuable. It's like he's not a great defender. He doesn't really do much anything else on offense, but like neither does TP. And he was, I think, second in high volume 3-point percentage last year, and like that's just a helpful thing to have more of.
He's attempted 7 3-pointers this preseason, and 4 of them were in the first game.
Who, Coffee?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean you can look at
He's
the
attempted 3 over the last 3 games.
well, he doesn't play very much.
I mean, you're playing over 10 minutes.
Yeah.
If that's what you're thinking, you're doing and going and shooting, like he's not doing that.
Well, yeah, you're right. We could have Gary Harris who's taking 2.5 per game and making 20% of them. I don't know
That's what
what
I'm saying.
Gary Harris does. That's why I know what Amir Coffee does. It's not just this preseason the number. Like look back at last regular
Would I
season. He
rather have
shoots.
Amir Coffee than Gary Harris? Yes.
Because
I
he's
want to
better.
make that
Okay.
clear.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm just saying, if there was, I'm thinking in the mind of John Horst right now, which is a scary thing to do.
Yeah.
And I'm just thinking, okay, I have a choice between Andre Jackson Jr. and Amir Coffee. Can I replicate Andre Jackson Jr.'s skills anywhere else on the roster? Probably not. Can I have some facsimile of Amir Coffee anywhere else in this roster? Probably.
Yeah, I guess the question comes down to do you want the defense or the shooting? And it's easy to say the defense because they do have a lot of shooting elsewhere on the roster. But like I've shared the number in the past, like Ajax just him and Giannis, the offense just sucks basically every time they play together. I don't know. I mean, maybe you just say don't play him with Giannis, I guess, but
The thing
I
is,
would
you have
rather
so
have some
many other
young players
players.
too.
You have so many other players who can play with Giannis.
Yeah, that's what I like though. I like having a lot of those on my Giannis team.
And like yeah, that's fair. Theoretically, you want as many players. You want
Yes.
every single player to be
Yeah,
able to
that'd
do
be
with
great. I
Giannis.
mean, I don't look for ones that don't just to spice things up a little bit, even though it seems like Horst does sometimes.
Yeah.
Sprinkle a Kuzma in here and just, shake things up a little bit.
Oh my goodness, Kyle Kuzma's still on this team. The thing, I don't
I
know.
feel
It's
like he
more
shot
of like
well in
a
the preseason. He's at 30%, by the way, at three. I've been like, oh,
it's
the
good for
shot looks
him.
good. The shot does look kind of good, but
It's good for him.
yeah,
It's bad for most players, but
yeah,
there's levels to this.
yeah.
Levels are bad. It's Kyle Kuzma levels. But I think it's going to come down to whether you value versatility or not rigidity. What's the word I'm looking for? Uh,
Just like more depth, I guess.
yeah, depth, we'll say.
Here's why I think I would want to keep Coffee is like, I think it's a lot easier to slot him in the rotation than any of these other players. And I think there is real value there. Like if Torian Prince gets hurt, or even like if AJ Green or Gary Trent misses some time and you need another shooter, and suddenly you're like, oh, here's the scenario. Okay, Trent is going to be out 2 weeks. Now we have KPJ, Green, I guess like Prince maybe starts, Giannis, Turner. And then you start to get a little light on shooting after that. Rollins is pretty good. We'll see with Cole Anthony. Your bench then is like Kuzma, Sims. Portis is a good shooter. But suddenly it's like, oh, we could probably use one more guy to
Gary
come in and
Harris.
shoot threes. I don't see it. But
He's going to be on the team though.
that's my point. Like it shouldn't be.
But he is. I agree. He shouldn't be, but he is.
Yeah.
And that's the thing we were talking about when we were trying to drink the Kool-Aid of Gary Harris earlier this offseason.
Yeah.
Like, okay, he's a good break glass in case of emergency guy. He's not going to lose you games out there. He has
Hasn't
not
looked like
helped his
that.
case.
Has not looked like that thus far this preseason.
He has not helped his case at all with his
No.
play this preseason. But who knows? Maybe it was just he'll pull a Trent from last season, and
Yeah.
post injury he'll be better again.
Yeah. We'll see what happens. I think
So my official prediction is Amir Coffee gets cut.
mine is that Ajax does. And I think second most likely is they send Tyler Smith somewhere.
Yeah, for like a second round, like a protected second or something.
Yeah. Not a hopefully it's like some sort of a real pick, but like a bad one. Like, does Brooklyn have like a good team second? Brooklyn's probably not a good example because they have a lot of guys, but you know what I mean? Like, someone sends you like a OKC second rounder or something.
But like, who has roster spots at this point?
Well, yeah, it'd have to be someone who I don't think anyone has them. It'd have to be someone who likes him more than like their current 15th guy, which I think is
Yeah,
possible.
he's not very good, but he could be.
He could be.
Could be decent.
I actually think Chris Livingston's going to be an NBA player, by the way. I think the Bucks are going to lightly
I hope he
regret
is.
this. I think they're going to lightly regret this.
Yeah, I think he could be good. It's just weird with the Giannis team.
Yeah, he did not take a single three this preseason. He only played 18 minutes or whatever, 19 minutes, but not
Took
ideal.
some pull-up middies though.
He looked good. I was ready. If he had one more good game, I was going to be like, huh, Bucks second round pick. Nobody thought about it. Was the worst player in the league, but suddenly is 3-and-D wing taking middies. When have we seen this before? But didn't get to
That's a
lightly
stretch.
allude that he's going to be the next Chris Middleton. I was going to. I didn't get the chance to, unfortunately.
Yeah. The other Bucks roster news that happened, we've already talked about a little bit. Jamari Bouye gets cut
Yeah,
from his two-way contract, and in comes Alex Antetokounmpo. Costas is not two-way eligible.
he
Uh,
might be.
he's not.
It has to be less than 3 years.
I think so. I think Keith Smith said that, so I'm
Oh,
going to trust him.
yeah. I mean, Sims might be in
But
trouble then at this point if the goal is just to get all four of them there.
so for the first time in NBA history, three brothers are going to be on the same roster.
Yeah, if anyone's confused about this, because he was on the Herd before, he wasn't a Bucks two-way, he was just a Herd guy. So now they're all
Yeah, he was
technically
not
Bucks.
technically on the Bucks roster. Now
Yeah.
he is technically on the Bucks roster.
Yes.
I don't know, man. That's cool.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be a neat moment when the three of them inevitably play like 1 second together for the Bucks. Alex is not a two-way caliber player.
No.
I don't think this is as bad as some people have, of course, made it out to be.
It'd be worse if it was a roster spot. It'd be
a
way
lot
worse if it was a
It's still pretty bad. I mean, like AJ Green came through a two-way, Ryan Rollins came through a two-way. Like there are real players that get found by those spots. We'll see if it lasts all year or not. Last time Alex was on the Herd, he did not make it all the way through the year. Um,
he
yeah,
requested to be cut, if I remember correctly.
I believe so. I don't know
Yeah.
if the minutes were there that he was looking for. We'll see if that's different now.
It might have been a mutual thing.
Yeah, I don't think the Bucks were too torn up, or the Herd was too torn up, I should say.
Now he's back.
It's a cool moment for the Antetokounmpos. That's all. I don't want to say too much more. I think I've said my
Yeah.
piece on the talent level.
Yeah. I think it's cool. Like, sure.
I hope we don't have to talk about it too much,
My thought is like, Giannis thinks it's cool. It's cool in my book.
which clearly he does. Somebody like, oh, is Giannis gonna think this is desperate? Like everything we know about Giannis, like the more Antetokounmpos are involved, the happier Giannis. Giannis does not think this is. Giannis was the one telling everyone he's going to be the best one of the bros.
Yeah. Still
Which-
can be.
He's got a long way to go. Well, he's got he's got a long way to go. Yeah. I was like,
It's a long way.
I was like, to be the third best, he's got a while. Not that long, maybe, but to be the best, yeah, that'd be.
He is a hill to climb for the third best a little bit.
Who at this point do you think is? Who do you think
It's
is
close.
better, Thanasis or Costas? Yeah,
It's close. I haven't seen Costas really at an NBA level though.
no, it's probably.
I've seen Thanasis do sham gods in the NBA. Man.
It's probably Giannis, Ta, Costas, Alex, but Costas has a chance to.
Thanasis has put up like 20 plus in the NBA.
Yeah,
Like that's real.
yeah. I think you have to give it to Ta for now.
I think yeah, you absolutely have to. Costas is coming close though. He's starting to make his way.
Yeah, you look at the his overseas stats
The,
full season
yeah,
weren't great. Like he's gotta be more of like a proven starter, I think. To if he's like a legit
Eurobasket.
starter in Eurobasket or in Euro
Yeah.
League, I mean, then maybe I'd give it to him.
Yeah, Eurobasket really started to turn my head a little bit. I was like,
Yeah,
he's got something.
I think he does too. Also,
Like
the
a
people
good
saying
good
why
screening center who can be athletic and vertically
blocked a
space
lot of
and be a good
shots.
defender.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of people were like, why wouldn't you sign Costas? In addition to like the two-way thing you said, I mean, it's a two-way street for signing a player. And I do think Costas maybe like having a nice kind of career he's building in Europe and frankly can be a real player there. Um, and none of the other Antetokounmpos who have played with Giannis, quite frankly, have been real players in those situations. I think he's got the best chance out of any of them to be a real player somewhere.
TA's played in a game seven.
I know.
No, I'm just saying.
I'm not dissing him. I'm just saying, like, I like TA now at this age. I just don't know if he's going to go overseas and be like a starter. Maybe. It depends on the league. Costas, I think, could get there.
Yeah.
So
No, that's fair.
so then you give that up to, play not much on the Bucks, like the Sims role at best. So maybe he
I
didn't want
think
to.
yeah, it wouldn't. I don't think he'd come close to the Sims role, honestly.
I mean, I assume they would just be like, bye, Jericho, and,
That would be an issue.
yeah. Not a great preseason for Jericho.
I think two-way is the realistic best option because I don't think he was going to sign with the herd again.
Yeah.
Who knows? Let's move on.
Yeah. Let's talk about a great move, which is playing on Prize Picks, the number one daily fantasy sports platform of all time, in my opinion. Visit the link in our description, whether you're listening on audio or watching on YouTube, and use code EUROSTEP to get $50 in lineups when you play your first $5 lineup, whether you win or lose. This episode is brought to you by Prize Picks, just like all of our episodes are. Rohan and I make decisions every day, but on Prize Picks, being right can get you paid, which feels almost as good as being right in the first place. Don't miss any of the excitement this football or basketball season on Prize Picks, where it's good to be right. And now you can really go all in on being right on a certain player because Prize Picks is the only app that offers stacks, meaning you can pick the same player up to 3 times in the same lineup. Do you want to say Giannis is going to have more than the expected points, rebounds, and assists? You can pick all of them in the same lineup only on Prize Picks. And you can follow other players directly on the app and copy their lineups in one click, whether it's a friend, a celebrity partner, or just someone whose picks you like. Hit the follow button and check out every lineup they create in the new feed tab on Prize Picks. How you play is up to you. If you want flexibility, you can pick a flex play. You get paid even if one of your picks misses. And if you want the biggest payouts, the big dog energy, go for the power play. Either way, you can put your takes to the test. Download the Prize Picks app today and use code EUROSTEP to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code EUROSTEP to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, it's good to be right. Okay. I think that's all for the roster moves. We're going to see more. I don't think we're going to emergency pod if one of these expected things happens. If there's a trade, a real trade, I might hop on here if they trade Tyler Smith for him.
Oh, I probably will too.
Yeah. But if there's a bigger trade, which I think I finally flipped to, I don't think they're going to make the big trade before the season.
It's too late.
We'll start off our preseason takes now. Thoughts and takes. Don't hate the way Kuzma's looked altogether. And I really like the role they've had him in. So we debated and discussed a lot over the summer, right? Like, is this Doc Holmes syndrome or, is Doc lying to us all basically when he's like, we want to go small, we want to do shooting, or is he going to come back and start TP and or Kuzma? And the Bucks starting lineup has been the exact one that we hoped for.
Yeah, I think since we last recorded,
Yep, we have
a
sure
confirmation of the starting lineup.
Yeah.
We have Kevin Porter Jr., Gary Trent Jr., AJ Green, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and Myles Turner.
What we wanted. Big win for the Docmeister, who also, I don't know if you saw, you've been wrapped up. A great segment with Tim Legler on one of their offensive actions.
I also like what we're talking actual basketball on ESPN now.
Dude, Legs, man. They're giving Legs more power, and he's using
Good
it well.
as
Legs
they
is
should.
awesome. He's great. But I just want to say, like, there's some people out there who really think Doc's just like, and all the coaches, same with Bud back in the day, just like actually dumb and like don't understand. Like, you're an idiot if you think that. Like, obviously he's not dumb. You can disagree with things he does. We certainly do. Doc knows way more about basketball than us combined. Like, not
Absolutely.
even close. Like, I think the thing with coaches, it's more like they're rigid, being too rigid or things like that, or like philosophical differences. But often I think people get the most upset with coaches by not being flexible enough. And I do think, like, if coaches were as flexible as the fans base wanted, like, no one would be there to play. Like, they'd be out on everyone. They'd cycle through everyone. Like, everyone would be benched. You know what I mean? Like, that guy can't play. This guy can't. Like, okay, we have 50 starting lineups in the first 51 games, and the team is a mess. But Doc, I think, crushed it with this lineup. And they've had some defensive issues we'll talk through. But I love this lineup. And Giannis is energized by the offense of this lineup. He was saying after the OKC game, even though they didn't even have Myles Turner, I feel like we're playing offense like the best teams in the league play it. We were in this game, even though our defense struggled. And we didn't have Turner, although OKC didn't have their second and third best players and some others. But still a damn good team with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander out there. But Kuzma then is not starting at the three and is not really playing the three even off the bench. He's kind of in some lineups, but he's playing a lot of power forward. And
I've won.
sometimes, you won, and sometimes even playing power forward with Giannis, which I actually, with the right shooting around them, I do think that's the one way he can play with Giannis. And it is kind of intriguing to just have two guys who are 6'10 plus who can really move. And the best stuff Kuzma's done this whole preseason has been when they've everyone on the team and around the team, and even his trainer is like, we need him doing role player stuff on the Here District pod, which is like, usually your trainer's the guy who's like, he could score 30. Is Kuzma's trainer is like, yeah, you shouldn't do that anymore. You got to be Aaron Gordon now, buddy, which is great, which is awesome, which is really good sign for Kyle Kuzma this year, I would say. But he's when he runs the floor, right? He gets the rebound, he runs the floor, and it does put the other team in a tough spot to have someone that big and who can pass. He's had some really nice passes this preseason. But what are your thoughts on Kuzma or just the rotation and you winning and kind of getting the role you wanted for Kuz with the Bucks?
I think it makes so much sense, right? It doesn't make sense for him to really be a three. We saw it last season, I mean, in a worse capacity in the starting lineup, him being a three and it not really working out. I still thought that was going to translate even when he's on the bench. Like, it doesn't work. That's not who he is. He's not meant to be like a real like tall ball player. That's just not
Yeah.
who he is. He's meant to be like a big guy. He's meant to be like a skilled big man. And I think that's where you can best utilize his skills. Is sort of like he's not compared to the threes in the NBA, he is not that skilled.
Yeah.
Compared to bigs in the NBA, he is skilled.
Yeah.
And I think that's where you need to leverage those advantages. You need to play to your strengths, not your weaknesses. And if you're playing Kyle Kuzma at the four or at the five in some lineups, that's where you can really use his skill set. He can start to take players off the dribble. He can push the ball and transition off a rebound, like you were saying. Just don't fall down, man.
Yeah.
Which he's gotten a little better at, but it still happens.
Yeah.
You're
You know,
strong, man.
by the way, Bucks breakdown pointed this out. Now I can't unsee it. The worst offender at that, Gary Trent Jr. falls over on every layup. Like, I think
Absolutely,
he
because
posted
he's trying to draw contact on
Yeah.
every single
and he
layup.
makes a lot of them. It's not bad, but he posts this up like Gary Trent
Yeah.
Jr. is not gonna not fall down. And every time I watch that, I'm like, he goes down every single time.
Well, because it's always a lot of it happens in transition where he
Yeah.
doesn't think he has the advantage over the player, so he like does that sort of
He
stop,
slows
sticks his
down.
butt out,
Yeah.
and like
Yeah.
tries to get the contact, and some guy just ramming him in the butt makes him fall down.
Whoa.
It just oh boy,
Wow. That's
oh no,
that might be the worst one of all
oh,
time.
oh no, oh no.
That's-
Oh, no. But he just gets the contact and he falls down. But Kyle Kuzma is still doing that, but not as he's gotten a little better at that. He's
yeah.
gotten stronger. He's playing stronger a little bit.
Yeah.
It's good if you are going to have Kyle Kuzma on this team, which I don't think is still ideal. It's
No.
not great.
No, it's
I
not.
still think they need to trade that contract and trade and get an actual wing on this team.
Within the next 12 months, I feel pretty strongly that they will have done that.
I hope so, man. But if you are to have him on the team, use him this way.
Yeah, I mean, you got to maximize the tools that you've got, and I think that's what Doc's doing. I think Doc is doing a pretty good job so far. We can talk about some bench stuff and lineups, but overall, I kind of like it. I think let's go back to the starters because that is a really big deal to start the season out on this note, the same lineup, but with Turner for Portis that they used in Game 5 of the Indiana series. And
Speaking
Giannis,
of which, by the way, with that doc clip with Tim Legler,
yeah,
he was acting like AJ and Gary are new
I know.
to the team. And it's like, bro, you had this. You
Yeah.
figured it out at the end, at the absolute last possible second.
Yeah, that's one on Kuzma. Like, I think he could play a little bit of three in like certain lineups. The problem that lineup was an actual nightmare. Damian Lillard, Torian Prince, Kyle Kuzma, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Brook Lopez is crazy work in
It's
2024,
awful.
25.
It's awful.
So with some more spacing, it could work. But starters, I think KPJ overall has been effective. He's scoring the ball again. He's had a couple of big assist games. He is averaging 4.5 per game total. I think he did have an 8 assist game in there. So you can kind of see from game to game, like sometimes he won't pass much, and like the next stint, you'll see him creating more for the teammates. But he's shooting 57% from the field, 60% from three. Obviously, a small sample there, but the jumper still looks pretty good. Trent and Green, like we kind of just know the deal at this point. Big season, I think, coming for Green, who they're using to defend some like top options in the perimeter. AJ is shooting 46% from deep on 6.5 threes per game. He's playing 20 minutes. He'll play more than that in the actual games. Like there's going to be, I think, multiple games where he attempts 10 threes in a game this year. And then Trent, for his part, is shooting 38% on 5.3, which is still pretty good. So those two are just going to bomb away, and that's what the Bucks are going for this year. And then Turner is shooting 55.6% on 3 attempted threes per game and had the quote of the preseason asked about playing with Giannis, which he only got to do in one game. Giannis missed the first 2, Turner missed the last one. He said, that guy's going to change my life, man. He's pumped. I do think it's funny, this narrative of like, oh, is he only able to be effective because Halliburton's spacing, like his 3-point accuracy's gone up the last 3 years. Like, there's going to be a lot of space for him in Milwaukee, too. I don't know if you've seen this Giannis guy play, but he tends to be good for shooters. This lineup looks good. It doesn't, I think the defense, maybe there's a way to go, but certainly I agree with Giannis. The offense from this lineup looks pretty sensational.
It's crazy that they finally figured out offense after they got rid of Damian Lillard. Like it's a wild concept.
It is, and it's at least a little bit of that is on Dame.
It's more egalitarian.
Also, like they don't cross midcourt at 16 and a half seconds and dribble the ball.
Yeah. Do you see Giannis sent a signed pair of shoes to Dame? I thought that was nice.
That is nice.
It's cute.
Yeah.
But the offense looks good.
Yeah, it does.
It looks really good, man. There's a lot of good things to look at when you're talking about the offensive side of the court. It's there, the ball is moving. There's so many cross actions going on at one time. There's just a lot of movement. The ball is moving so well. It's not like we're still seeing some Giannis dominated possessions, but they're still ending with some kickouts and some good movement. It's good, man. They're pushing. They're really getting they're getting it moving fast. They're starting earlier in the shot clock. They're getting off better shots. They're not a ton of shot clock violations. I think there was like maybe a few early on, but they've really figured that out.
Yeah.
It looks fun. It
It
looks like
does.
everyone is excited to play in this offense.
Yeah, I think Giannis was pointing out they had like 60 some in the first half against OKC, and even without some guys like OKC's obviously a great defense, probably the best in the league. And Giannis has a lot of space, and he had a good quote, like his mentality. They asked him like about passing more and what that looks like, and he's like, I still have to look to score first. Like that's how this whole thing works. Is like if there's a lane, I'm gonna go get to the basket and score. But then if there's not, that's when the passing happens. I think that is important that he's thinking that way. In the preseason, just 2 games, Giannis averaging in 23 minutes, 14 and a half points on 61% shooting, did not attempt a single three, 58% from free throw, we're just going to gloss over, 8.5 rebounds, 3.5 assists, just 1.5 turnovers per game. And I do think he has the opportunity to have like a really effective playmaking season. I don't know if the assists will get as high as we thought initially, just because I think this is a good sign. The Bucks have not been like Giannis pound the ball and then make a play on offense. It really is, to the word you used earlier, it is more egalitarian. Like they're creating looks for the shooters that don't require Giannis. Like it's KPJ pushing the ball up, swing to Trent, swing the green three. It's not 100% reliant like, okay, Giannis, go make the advantage and someone else can do something. I think that's important, and that's probably the silver lining of Giannis missing early camp in the first two games is like, okay, we got to figure out what to do without him. And obviously there's going to be games he misses. He's not going to play 100% of the minutes, so that is generally an important thing. But I thought all told, the Bucks preseason, they did a pretty good job with Giannis off, and they won the first two games without him, which is impressive to see.
Yeah, it's really impressive to see, especially for a team that's like, doesn't have that second high caliber scorer that they have had in years past. Just being able to survive those non-Giannis minutes and being able to actually have an identity in those non-Giannis minutes makes it really, really it's so exciting for this team, right? It's been one of the biggest issues, even when, you had Drew, Chris, Dame. Oh man. It's like the non I just got sad.
Yeah.
The non-Giannis minutes just were always abysmal. It
I
was never like Embiid levels, but
No.
it was never good. You were always just hoping to tread water in those minutes. But they seem like again, this has not been real NBA basketball yet. It's been the closest that we've seen,
Yeah.
and it's a good approximation. But we'll see what happens. We'll see if that actually translates into the regular season. But the signs are there.
Yeah. Hey, they played Cade Cunningham, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, and the Bulls and the Heat, and looked pretty good against those collection of four. I I don't want to like dump on the guy. I'm not going to look back at the Dame era fondly at all.
How can you?
Okay, because you sad like Drew and Chris. I'm like, yeah, I really miss those. And you're like, and Dame. I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna mostly skip over. We got the cup.
They're so unlucky. It's
Yeah.
just such an unlucky era. I wouldn't even say it's Dame's fault. I mean, there were
No, no,
some
no. It's not all
aspects of
Dame's
it with
fault,
Dame.
but
Yeah.
the vibes weren't good for most of the time either, for various reasons as well.
Yeah. But again, it just came like when Giannis and Dame played together, they were always pretty good.
Yeah.
They just never really got a chance to do it
I
when it
think it's
mattered.
genius for the Bucks to be like, we're gonna injury proof the lineup by making no one that important besides Giannis.
Yeah.
One of the guards is hurt. We got two more. We got three guys who do that. Turner is obviously very important. We saw
Speaking of
that
guard
without him.
play,
Yeah,
speaking of guard play,
yeah,
I'm really impressed, man. I'm
yeah.
really impressed.
Go.
Especially like KPJ has been proving me wrong in terms of him being a starter. Like we talked about earlier with
Yeah,
the passing and the scoring. Again, he just needs to keep up that scoring. But
yep,
if he does that, I think he will keep the starting point guard
yeah.
job. But man, Ryan Rollins is really good.
He's a dog, man. He's a true dog. Rollins this preseason played all four games, 17 minutes. Is scoring 11 points per game, which is like third most on the Bucks, as many as Trent, despite playing a little less than the starters. 56.7% from the field, 50% from deep. Two rebounds, two assists, point eight
And you
steals.
can't dribble around him.
You can't dribble around him. Point eight steals, so
The
about a
one
steal
the
and a
one with
block
Kason
combined.
Wallace was
Oh
just
yeah, that was
embarrassing.
his best one. He just absolutely took it from him, ran it home, and dunked it. Here's the thing on Rollins, like I think I don't think he's actually going to make all defense. Maybe he'll get a vote because I don't think he's going to end up starting. To your point, I do think though it is important for the bench unit to have an identity, and I think Rollins and Cole Anthony together is actually going to be a really effective bench combo for the Bucks. And I think Rollins probably probably does tap out as like a really useful bench player ultimately because I just don't know if his getting to the rim and dishing out is consistent enough to be a starter at his size. Do you know what I mean? Like he
Mhm.
has some really good takes. Well, he gets to the basket, he sees the lane. I don't think though. Maybe he can. Maybe he'll prove me wrong. To this point, KPJ's been able to get his shot or get a pass to someone kind of whenever he wants. To whereas Rollins, it feels more like he's opportunistic and he sees an opportunity. But you kind of have to just go and create if you're like the starting point guard, even on a Giannis team. We'll see. Maybe he proves me wrong. But the defense with Rollins has been great. He's very efficient. He can get to the rim. He can take the midi. His three ball has been really good, 50%. I think he's going to play a lot, and everyone's raving about him too. Like Giannis is, Doc is. Like it's been a great preseason for Ryan Rollins.
It really has. And just because he doesn't start doesn't mean he's not going to close games
I
at
agree.
times, doesn't mean he's going to play a lot. He plays a lot with Giannis. He plays really well with Giannis.
Yeah,
And that's again so important. Uh, Ajax. Uh, but
He's like the anti-Ajax,
he really is.
except they're both good at defense. But
uh, but just a good guy in terms of like he can be a good guard and play with Giannis. Like
yeah,
Ajax is not a guard and can't play with Giannis.
no. They're like, Ajax, you might be a center. That might have been the moment where we should have seen the right. They're like, yeah, we're playing him at center. Oh, there's no room for him to play center on the Milwaukee Bucks. So
Yeah, but talking about what you were saying earlier, when you can just deploy the wreaking havoc, raise all hell lineups
yeah,
of Ryan Rollins and Cole Anthony just absolutely pressuring you 94 feet. It's good, and it's not like the fake pressure the Bucks had been doing in years past, where it's like Torian Prince and he tries his best, but Gary Trent Jr. It just this
yeah.
is actual press. This is not like I'm
Trent
just gonna stand close to you.
Trent's good at applying pressure, but like in the half court, not 94 feet.
No, he just gets beat.
Yeah,
He's not suited to do that
not
well.
not
He can
quite
be a
quick
good defender, but
enough.
he's
Yeah,
yeah, the lateral quickness just isn't there to be able to do that for the entirety of the court.
yeah,
But with Ryan Rollins especially, and then Cole Anthony as well, who does it at a still good, but at a lesser degree than Ryan Rollins.
yeah.
They're dogs, man. They're going to be able to just make everything uncomfortable for any opposing backcourt in the NBA.
Yeah, and I think with Anthony, the thing that excited me, and I think I said this at one point, maybe on like our optimism pod, he's been like a mostly just like iffy, okay 3-point shooter. But Orlando's offense has literally been bottom 10 for like a decade straight or whatever the Zach Lowe stat is. And I wondered, like, on a real spread floor open court where he's like, the fourth or fifth guy offensively, not like the second or third guy, how much different could it look? He shot 50% from three in the preseason. Like, the shot looks good, and most of the time, he's got a ton of space when he's taking them. I think he could have a career 3-point shooting year. Also averaging 3.5 assists per game, 3 rebounds, 1 steal. Actually is leading them in steals. Oh no, Ajax has 1.3, but up there in steals so far. And I think the thing with him, like sometimes his shot
Dribbles a
selection,
lot.
yeah, sometimes he dribbles too much, but when he doesn't, he has some sick hit ahead passes. He might have the fastest ball speed of any passer on the team. He whips that thing. He had a couple of the ones where Green was taking it at like 23 on the shot clock because he just literally throws it. I get to use his favorite media franchise. Throws it like a freaking Pokeball, trying to catch a Pidgeotto. Just whips the thing down and it's immediately a three. That's exciting to me. And Doc is saying like we need him to play like he can be a true point guard. I didn't know that, which to me is like subtly saying like, hey, maybe don't hunt every shot and keep that ball moving a little more. But again, it is nice to have options at the end of the shot clock where like he can go dribble into something and try to draw a foul versus, some of the Bucks backup point guards in years past just like really did nothing with the ball.
Or even like an AJ Green, you
Yeah,
know, where it's like, do you trust him with the ball in his hands at the end of a shot clock? I mean, besides just like the high release point getting it up, can he do anything off the dribble? Probably
right.
not.
Yeah.
So it's nice to have those options.
Yeah, and the defense is like the ball pressure and everything. Like they're having KPJ do it as well, but not to the same level as the bench duo. Those guys, they're going to be fun to watch this season. I'm excited for the Bucks bench.
The Bucks got fast and quick and they're athletic.
And it's like rubbing off on the other players. Like Torian Prince, I've never seen Torian Prince move like this defensively or like grab for loose balls or like he's knocked away a couple as well. Mind you, he still gets lost a lot. And every time he tries to dribble, it's an absolute disaster. But like they're trying to just make him shoot immediately. And when he does, it's good. Like he's gonna be the most frustrating player to shoot like 45% on like 300 threes this year.
Just like last year.
He's gonna maintain the crown. Everyone's gonna be like, God, this guy sucks. He's like the second best shooter in the league by
Yeah.
percentage. But that's
Just
again a good eighth, ninth man.
it's a good problem to have.
Yeah.
You'd rather have a problem with the second best shooter in the league than with like the worst shooter in the league.
They might have both though on that bench unit. We'll see.
They might. They might.
And then Big Bob. Not a good preseason for Big Bob.
Not a good preseason. That one possession where he literally runs in a circle trying to
His
get
defense was
a
just lost the
Hardenstein
guy.
dump off from the baseline. It's like, oh no.
Well, so
Here's my thing on Bob.
yeah,
So it was going back. This is actually going to go back to Kyle Kuzma.
Yep.
So like Kyle Kuzma playing as a 4 or 5 now off the bench kind of complicates things with Bob.
Yeah.
It used to be a complication with Giannis, but now that they've kind of figured that out a little bit, it's kind of now a complication with Bob.
Yeah.
It those two don't mesh.
I agree with you, and I think the problem that they have, and it's a problem because Doc likes 5-man bench groups, which I don't necessarily hate. Like I think their whole team is kind of a bench group outside of Giannis and Turner, so like on its face that doesn't bother me. But I don't think a lineup of like Rollins, Anthony, Prince, Portis, or Kuzma Portis is really going to work. I think if you stagger it and you do like Bobby Giannis or Kuzma Giannis and Bobby Turner, that could work. He can't play the 5. You just can't
You
you
just
can't ask Bobby to
don't
do
put
5 stuff.
that's the issue, right? It's like it's continuing that front court crunch that
Yeah.
we've been seeing. And again, a lot of these problems get mitigated if Kyle Kuzma is not on this team.
Yeah, because then you
Uh,
just play him with Sims.
exactly. And those groups were good. The Bobby Sims groups were good. The Bobby Giannis lineups are good. The Bobby Turner lineups are good. Just don't have him play the 5
Yeah.
because he's not equipped to do that. Not even equipped. He's not good at it.
Yeah, and even
He's
like
just
he played with Giannis and it was still bad against OKC because they were like you guard Hartenstein and like that's a tough matchup for any center because Hartenstein does all this little, the passing and the cutting and everything, but
and he's big.
he's
He's just
big
so
too.
big.
But like Bobby and his best case utilization defensively is you can just be like, go stand next to Jeremy Grant.
Yeah.
And Bob's like, yeah, got it. Definitely can do that.
Maybe Jeremy Grant's a bad example.
I'd feel fine with that. Why is it? Because he's
No,
not
I'm
good
saying
enough?
like, yeah, I'm saying he's not good enough to warrant that.
Um, oh yeah, I'm trying to think of like the good East teams. It gets a little dicey. Go
Go
stand next to
stand
Evan Mobley. I
by,
don't love that, but I guess like I don't know. I guess
go stand by Dyson Daniels.
no, I don't want that because he's going to screen for
No,
Trey, and then that's bad.
no, yeah.
He's kind of got to do. He's got to do Jalen Johnson.
Ah, I don't love that.
But I would rather have someone like Jalen Johnson or even Evan Mobley, who people are picking as like a top 5 player in the East this year. If it ends up though being
Deservedly.
if it well we'll see if it ends up being that guy like I'm gonna ISO Bob, that's probably a better result than like we're gonna get Bob into a bunch of screening actions. That's the real nightmare.
Especially if it's with, Giannis or Turner on the court.
Yeah, to help him on the back end.
Yeah, and you just have to have your other guards fly around, which this team is capable of doing more than years past.
Yeah. We'll see how it goes, but I think that's going to be something I've flagged early as like probably my least favorite rotation thing of like I Bob Kuzma 4-5, I feel like is just going to be pretty disastrous.
Yeah, neither is a rim protector. Neither is a really good big defender
No,
in
those
space.
guys aren't dropping. I mean, you could switch everything, I guess. That's what they'd have to do if they do that.
You have to. You would
Yeah.
have to switch everything and then just like try and scram out of it
Pray.
whenever you can.
Yeah.
But then you're constantly it's just a constant cat and mouse game.
Yeah, you have good enough bigs where you shouldn't really have to do that often, in my opinion.
You should always have one of Giannis or Miles on the court,
Or I guess
realistically.
Sims. If you want to squeeze Sims as
Or
like
Sims,
the
or Sims,
11th
yeah.
guy for like 10 minutes a night, just to, if you want, because you want those guys to play together a lot too. That's the thing, Giannis and Turner. So, yeah, it's going
But
to be
then if
interesting
you
to see. Like,
that's the bench lineups.
Does Doc run 11 guys in some games? Is going to be, you know what I mean?
I think you will.
If you want to play at a really fast pace
You
and
got to
like
get
keep
TA in
guys
there somewhere.
fresh, that would be 12 at least.
Oh, I thought he was in the 11.
No, Pete Nance, maybe the 12th.
Pete Nance he's been looking okay.
Sears has been fun. Had a game
Sears
winner.
is fun.
Dude,
He's just small.
he's very small, but Sears, Nance, pick and pop is going to feed families in Oshkosh. Get ready for some
Oh, it's gonna be so
electric
good.
herd basketball.
I think the herd is gonna be really good this year.
I hope so. They got Beno Udres coming back for another year. It's
Oh,
good to have the continuity, and we'll see. We know Cormac Ryan. We'll see how else they run out there. Oh, they have
Alex Antetokounmpo.
yes, and the Badger, Johnny Davis.
Oh yeah.
who people will be excited to see because he played in the state. That's what I'll say about
Yeah.
Johnny Davis. I think he's actually at a decent. What Johnny Davis? What else
He
from the
was better
preseason stands out
last
to you?
year than his rookie and sophomore season.
Not saying much,
Yeah.
but I think you are correct.
Again, it's the set expectations low so you look good.
Yeah.
But it's going to be fun. Mark Sears is fun, man.
He's a 29% career G League 3-point shooter.
Hmm.
He did play at Wisconsin though, so go
He did
Badgers.
play at
Go
Wisconsin.
Badgers. That's what we're thinking about there. Yeah. Anyway, what other preseason takes did you have? We've gone
I
through
don't
a
know.
lot of the roster at this point.
Jericho's fun. I like
Yeah.
Jericho. Just it's
I
again,
think he
it's the
scored a
same thing,
point.
but I'm sorry, what did you say?
I think he scored a point.
Oh yeah. In the
Two.
last game,
He's averaging 0.8 points per game in 15 minutes in the preseason.
that's awesome.
To
This
put
is
it in
only
perspective,
wait.
Mark Sears is averaging 4 minutes and averaging 3 points per game. TA's 6 minutes, 2.7 points per game. Jericho Sims, 15.4 minutes, 0.8 points per game.
Wait, has he only scored 2 points?
Yeah.
His only 2 points are that dunk.
I thought he made a free throw. Maybe he scored 3 points.
Did he even make that free throw? He
Yeah,
did
he
make
made
a free throw. He made a
Let me
free
go
throw
to
against the
totals. Let me
Bulls.
go to totals.
He made a free throw against the Bulls.
Yeah, he and Tyler Smith are tied, despite Tyler Smith playing 20 minutes and Jericho playing 61 minutes.
Hey, he's not out there to score, man.
No, he's 1 for 2 from the field. Like that's just what he does. He had 5 assists. That's a Jericho. He's kind of dishing some passes from the post. Didn't remember seeing that last year. That was kind of a fun wrinkle for him.
Yeah. That dunk was electric, though. The one field goal.
Yeah. Hey, when you get 1 in 4 games, you got to make it 1 to remember.
It was one to remember. It's fun to have a springy big, which is nice with Myles Turner.
Yeah. I mean, we waited way too long, but like Turner and Giannis, really excited to watch them play more than 1 game together because these guys
The
are
one game
awesome.
looked good.
The 1 game looked really good.
It was the Bulls, so it's a fake game.
Yeah.
But
You're not buying
They
the
look
Matas stock?
oh, I have so much Mata stock already.
What about the Gidster?
No,
Okay.
no. Let's be
Giddler.
serious here, Ty.
Yeah,
This
all
is a
right.
serious podcast.
All right.
At
News
times.
to me. Yeah.
But Myles and Giannis sharing the court together, it looks like it makes sense. You know, they're still trying to figure it out, obviously. There's that great clip of them just like Giannis being Coach Giannis mode, just dialing up some plays and trying to teach Myles, like, hey, this is where I think you should. And like, you know, they seem like they were in agreement.
Best part of that clip is just Pete Nance in the background, just like kind of peeking at the board and like
peering
nodding,
over.
like they weren't asking you, but I'm glad you're locked into this.
Yeah, he's like, oh, I like this.
I'm like, oh, I think that's a good idea too, guys.
I could see them running this for me with Giannis.
You ever see the tweets where it's like 2 celebrities interacting and then somebody else is like, totally, we should all hang out.
It's like
Yeah, I think I'd look good in this play too, guys.
it's that Pat Mahomes and LeBron one,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. You guys want to grab
That
a
is-
beer and talk about this?
That is really good. But yeah, they just look like we thought they are the fit we thought they would be.
Yeah.
In terms of Myles Turner being a good athletic spacing big next to Giannis, and Giannis utilizing that space, and Myles Turner being a good backline defender and being a athletic, mobile, more aggressive defender on pick and rolls and also in the post and just at the rim in general. There's not going to be growing pains with this. There really isn't.
No, I think unlike the Dame thing, it was just always going to be easy because there's a bunch of shots to go around, and where Turner gets his shots always made sense with Giannis. Obviously, just like the pick and pop or catch and shoot threes is one, and that's clearly worked for a long time, half a decade with Brook Lopez. But also, like, Giannis has been a very effective pick and roll operator, and he can run pick and rolls with Turner, and Turner can roll or pop to the side, and all of that stuff he's very used to doing. And then defensively, again, like, Giannis loves playing with a drop big, but also now he's got one who can switch a little bit too and be at the level of the screen and gives him more options. So I do think even though the ceiling is obviously lower than the Dame and Giannis partnership, which we were like, they should win a bunch of games and go win some titles. That didn't happen. I do think the floor is higher here, where it just seems like there's 0% chance we're getting like the players only meeting Chris Haynes report in December of like, Turner doesn't know what he's going to do here. Turner knows Turner's going to bomb threes. He's going to take his middies. He's going to draw fouls, which has been fun to see. And defensively, he's going to block a ton of shots. And also Mr. Milwaukee at this point
Oh man.
has done
Oh
more stuff
man.
in Milwaukee than
He
me.
was literally at the last Brewers game. He had his own hype video on the Jumbotron.
Yes, like he's played here for 5 years.
Yeah, it's like he's not played a single regular season game for the
No,
Bucks.
he went to the apple picking. He might have strained his calf reaching up for the highest apples. It's
Gotta prove.
unconfirmed.
See, if I was 7 feet, I'd just flex that all the time, you know?
And I didn't, you never know with centers. There's a lot of lying both ways. Per the apple picking height guide, he's a legit 7 feet too.
Yeah.
I didn't know that or not.
The
You never
official
know.
measurement.
That's the one I care about.
It's what was the
Legitimately,
one Jericho.
what'd you say?
I said, was that photo of what
Oh
was
my
it?
God, yeah.
Jericho Sims and
And Amir
who was
Coffey.
it? Amir Coffey, and they're like the same height.
Yeah, somebody replied to me because I was like, how are they, like, what's going on with NBA heights? Someone's like, Amir is 2 years older than Jericho. I'm like, yeah, that's fine for when they were kids. I don't think Jericho's still growing at 26 or whatever. Like, is Amir Coffey 6'11"? Is Jericho Sims 6'5"? I don't know. Their eyes were on the exact same level. That makes no sense.
Jericho Sims is listed at 6'10", and
6'10".
that's a lie. Yeah.
But Amir
That's a
Coffey is
lot.
what, 6'4"?
Amir Coffey is listed at
Is Jericho's afro
6'7".
6 inches? He's not 6'7". Maybe he is 6'7".
Maybe they're both 6'8".
Then Amir Coffey should make the team if he's 6'8". I'll put it that way.
Or Jericho is 6'7". He's kind of tiny.
Wasn't Dwight Howard like 6'8"?
That's not true at all.
No?
No.
I think he's like the same height as LeBron.
There's no shot.
Look up, Google, this will be like what we end with probably. Google Dwight Howard LeBron height. I swear that's the thing I heard. It's like he actually is not, I think he has really long arms. Maybe
Dwight
I'm
Howard
wrong.
was listed at 6'10".
Listed at. That's a modest listing for a center.
I'm trying to... No, them next to each other. Dwight's taller.
By 2 inches?
Yeah, I'd say so.
All right, I'll let that one go. I thought Dwight was shorter. So maybe I'm thinking of someone else.
Trez.
Trez is 6'4". It's funny, the small guys usually lie up, and then the really big guys often lie down. Unless they're like, there's 6'8" centers then who say they're 6'10", Jericho Sims. But like Wemby, here's my hot take, Wemby's too tall. Maybe I said this on the last pod too. I think he's too tall. I don't think it's
You
good.
think he's too tall?
7'7"?
No, he's listed at 7'5".
Yeah, but he grew.
No, the growth is 7'5".
No, I think he was lowballing it before. I think he's at least 7'6" now.
They just remeasured him. Let's see.
I
here.
think they lowballed him, he grew, and then they upped it to probably what he was before.
Brian Windhorst says Victor Wembanyama approaching 7'7".
That's too tall. Although he has a clip from the preseason where he looks like Giannis. He like bumps a guy off.
He
with
has
his strength.
multiple clips from the preseason where he looks like Giannis.
That's scary. That's scary for the league.
I wonder if people are going to call him a run and dunk man.
Probably. They're gonna call he's like a
Good, because it's a compliment.
he's scary.
Yeah.
I hope he
I'm
stays
so glad
healthy.
he's in the West.
I'm worried about it, man.
Yeah.
That's like just too big. I mean, we've just seen in NBA history, there's not many players above 7 feet who play like a lot of games in a really long time. It's just really hard on your body.
It really is. Good thing is he's been... I don't know. He seems like he's doing all the right things.
100. Yeah, it is a different era of, and plus he's not like back in the day. They might have been like, all right, you should weigh 350 and just.
He's not like
He's
super
not super
big.
heavy. Yeah.
Yeah, heavy. is
He's
the
not
word.
like Yao. Like KD obviously is probably 7 feet tall and has played
Yeah,
now
he's not-
that long.
Yeah, he's not Yao. He's not... I
Walton.
guess like... Yeah. And he's not like... And it's in a different era than like Manute Bol.
Yeah. Yeah, Manute Bol's are good. He's got to keep those feet healthy. If he feels anything in his foot, sit out. Because that's always for the big guy. I mean, that was Embiid too. Like the foot injuries can cascade for those guys.
Yeah. And like Embiid is just too heavy.
Yeah. Yeah, the knees have taken a hit.
Is he gonna play?
Um, to start the year,
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Has he played in the
Is he?
preseason?
No.
Um, yeah, I don't know.
Is he even like still there?
He's there. I've seen him. He's there. He's doing one-on-one with guys, so I don't think he's that far off.
Okay. I hope he gets healthy, man.
Yeah. Should we we haven't talked about this yet. If there's not a bunch of news, should we like do like some of our favorite over-unders and debate it on the next pod?
I think so.
We missed over-under season. I'm listening to the Bill Simmons, Zach Lowe, Joe House one now. But I don't think we can't do the whole league. Like we're out of time. Maybe we pick like our 5 favorites or something.
Yeah. Or just rapid fire it.
We're gonna be here for 6 hours. I'm with it. Yeah, let's do it. We'll figure that out.
Yeah.
But yeah, we should
We'll
just
figure it out.
We'll obviously end with the Bucks as we always do.
Um, I guess other Bucks. I mean, do we have any other preseason thoughts? I
Can't
think
wait
this
for the
team's gonna be
games to
good.
matter.
I think this team's gonna be pretty good.
I guess last thing, are you worried about the defensive size of the Trent Green 2-3? Because I think
Yes.
it was a talking point, like Miami, like Andrew Wiggins is dunking on them and stuff. I didn't know. I don't think the size was their most concerning thing on defense. The rest of the preseason, though, it was more Prince and Kuzma just botching switches left and right, and then Bob just like doing 360s for some reason instead of.
It's one of the funniest things I've ever seen. If it wasn't so bad.
It's so bad.
Wait, he just legit just does a spin.
Yeah.
He just spins around.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
Like,
not good.
after that happens, do you in your head you're like, is that a normal basketball thing to happen for me to just do a
But
pirouette
he doesn't
and then
spin
my guy
like
is just dunking?
he does walk in a circle. I think that's actually worse than a spin. He
Yeah, that's
walks in
true.
a circle like he's at a wedding doing like one of the dances.
It wasn't pretty at all.
No.
It's a clear low light. I feel bad for picking out a low light, but it's emblematic of defensive problems that we've seen.
Yeah, I mean it wasn't like he had a bunch of great reps and then that. It was not a good preseason on either end for Big Bob.
No. And listen, man, John Horst is ruthless. You got to pick it up sooner
Yeah,
rather than later.
we don't even have to say like, oh, if this keeps up, like everyone's on the block at all times. Be careful. Knock down those threes, Big Bob.
Do we think the AJ extension gets done before the season?
At this point, I do think AJ Green's camp is like, yeah, we might be asking for 15 mil at this point. You know what I mean? Maybe.
You clear starter next to Giannis?
Yeah. I kind of think it does.
Throwing
though.
down alley-oop dunks in practice,
Yeah, how
by
did we
the
not
way?
talk about that?
Are you kidding me? They talked it up way too much before we saw the
Yeah,
footage.
he did not dunk on Amir Coffee. He dunked
Gary
near Amir
Trent
Coffee.
is just like he's like, no, he cocked it back and threw it down on Amir Coffee. Like he didn't think the film was actually going to be released.
Yeah, right. So the Bucks again. Kuzma first brought it up, and then everyone else talked about it. Amir Coffey's like he didn't. He dunked in Amir Coffey's vicinity, is how I'd put it. But I think
He
it was,
didn't dunk on him.
I think it was Marcus asked, like, you know, or maybe it was Eric Name, one of the two, Marcus Johnson or Eric Name. They're so alike, I get them confused a lot. One of them asked AJ, like, you know, is this, you know, like, when's the last time, like, you had like a tip dunk like that? And he's like, I've never had that in a live run before. Like, he's done that in like an open gym, but never playing organized basketball in any capacity has he done that before in his life. He's going to move different this year.
Hey, that'd be great.
The Lord's giving him hops.
We'll see. It's when I looked at the film, I was like, oh, he's still barely dunking that.
A dunk is a dunk. I think he's going to get his first one this year. I think
He better.
And I still think Jericho hits his first 3 this year.
That's outrageous.
Early fourth quarter in Utah, book it. Jericho Sims splash.
That's crazy.
If it happens in that game, I'm going to buy a freaking lottery ticket.
We still have a Jericho Sims card over this, right? That's the way.
Yeah. Jericho Sims auto card for $2 to whoever. If he makes a 3, I get it. If he doesn't, I'll get you that. It'll be your immediately least valuable card. Sorry, Jericho.
Oh yeah. Least valuable for for an auto. Yeah.
Most value in sentimentality though. So there's
Yeah.
that.
I think the best card I have now is that triple patch of John Henson, OJ Mayo, and Brandon Knight.
That's yeah. I mean that's literally a legend. Did you see they're doing this rookie patch thing now this year?
I did.
Those are going to be insanely overhyped.
Oh yeah, way overhyped. I guess the last thing of Bucks news is Malcolm Brogdon retired.
Oh yeah.
So
Um,
congrats to the 2019 Rookie of the Year.
yeah. People
Right?
were
19?
sharing. Were you the one who was at that game? The Lakers
I
game?
was.
That's
I
sick. He
was.
dunked on
A
Kyrie
Cavs
and
game.
LeBron. Or Cavs game, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, it was crazy. I missed the Kyrie one live. I was turned around talking to my friend, and then
Yeah.
the entire crowd reacted. I was like, "Oh no, I missed
Oh, that's a
something."
bad feeling. Yeah.
But then I saw the LeBron one.
That's the one that mattered more, frankly.
Yeah, it's a weird career. I
Yeah.
mean, an objectively successful career where you're rookie of the year, you're sixth man of the year,
Yep.
you've been to the finals,
Have
and you've
a
made
$80
tens
million
of
dollar
millions of
contract,
dollars.
I think.
Yes.
Um,
Hmm.
Very odd, though. He did peak within his first 3 years. He was good in
Yeah.
Indiana, but pretty much, and this is an unfortunate thing that happens to a lot of players. You get that big deal, which is great, generational wealth for Malcolm Brogdon's family. Happy for him. He might become the actual president next. But ever since then, teams are like, yeah, we don't really love having you at this salary. And it just becomes tough, and then you get sent around, and it's really hard to be consistent. And odd
Hmm.
timing though. Like a lot of people thought, oh, is he going to get cut from the Knicks? No,
He
like
was going to make the
the Knicks were going to
roster.
cut guys or trade guys to add him, and he was going to be their backup point guard, like or with Deuce McBride, like a backup guard. And I guess he just decided he didn't want to do it anymore.
And like a date, like within 24 hours before he announced his retirement, there was like a video posted by the moving company moving him to New York.
Yeah,
So like again,
I wonder if
it's a
I wonder if he
personal
tweaked
decision.
something. You know what I mean?
Who's yeah, who's to say?
Who
But
knows? But
regardless,
just the timing is odd though. If nothing happened, he just decided like I don't want to do this anymore. I don't know,
yeah, pulled a Zadarius Smith.
dude. He's gonna try and come back in like 2 weeks. I'm so over
Oh,
him.
absolutely,
The lowest
absolutely.
stakes Brett Favre of all time.
I love seeing the Eagles fans like, wait, he's our best pass rusher.
Bad news.
Good, honestly.
Yeah,
For to see the Eagles do bad things.
yeah.
Bad
No,
things
I know.
happening to the Eagles, I'll say. Yeah.
Yeah.
Alrighty. We wrapped up here.
I think so. Excited to do some over unders and excited to watch real Bucks basketball on what Thursday?
I believe
A
so.
week
Next
from
week,
today, or
Thursday.
1 week from the real games.
Yeah, the NBA starts up next week. The regular season begins, and it's a wild time, man. We're fully back. It is next Wednesday, by the way,
Oh, it's
at
Wednesday. Never
7
mind.
p.m.
Whoops.
The 22nd of October. Chris Middleton and the Washington Wizards come to town. Uh, and hopefully the Bucks can get off to a strong start and make it through all of the tiers of everyone in Pfizer Forum. Also, if you're going to Pfizer Forum, you cheer Chris on every time he scores or
Yeah,
anytime he has the ball. You treat him like fans treated Luca in his first game back.
I'm sure people will.
Yeah, you'd better.
That video is going to be epic.
That video is gonna make me cry immediately.
Just the perfect home opener.
I'm already
Maybe
upset
too
thinking about it.
emotional, actually. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. You got to fight through the emotions. The thing
Yeah.
is, no one on this current roster has really played with Chris
It's
that
just
much, except for
Giannis
Jan.
and Bob. Yeah.
Yeah, Giannis and Bob. I mean, like Gary and AJ have as well,
Yeah.
but
I mean,
not
like a
nearly as
year. It's,
long.
yeah, like whatever.
Like it was half a season for Gary and Prince and uh am I missing anyone? uh
No. No.
Porter didn't.
Yeah. Rollins technically was on the
Rollins
team for like a
barely.
year with him. Yeah.
Jericho never did. Obviously Miles never did.
Obviously, Kuz didn't either.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a
So
new
it's
look Bucks. It is really a new era, and I'm excited to see how they start. I think with this schedule, we could see like a 6-4, 7-3 start, which that would be ideal. But we'll cover it game by game here on the Eurostep.
Yes, and we'll have you covered twice a week
Can't wait.
as the season rolls on, and we'll be starting next week. So stay tuned for that. Make sure you subscribe to wherever you're listening to this podcast, whether that's your podcast platform of choice or on YouTube. But just thanks for listening overall to this episode, brought to you by our amazing, wonderful friends over at Prize Picks. But yeah, make sure you leave a 5-star rating and review. Engage in the comments. We're ready for another basketball season with you. It's so fun, man. It's the best. We're so lucky.
We are.
We are really lucky. It's awesome. Couldn't imagine doing this with anyone else, bud.
Thanks, man. Same
Pod
here.
random. We'll talk to you next time. Go Brewers.
Go, please, God, go Brewers.